starts with a Y. Anyway, I'm vlogging in a bar in public, and just to my right, people are staring at me going, what the f is she doing? And I don't care. But just so you know, you see the people there staring. I don't know. I want to tell you about my day. I flew here today from where I'm from, and if you don't know, I'm not going to tell you. However, what I want to tell you is that I had, like, the flights from hell. The very first flight, I'm sitting in my seat, and my wife and I have decided to fly. I'm in the window seat, and she's in the aisle seat, which is really a dice roller, and normally my wife will sit in the middle seat, which is very lucky, just so you know. I think you're very lucky if your wife will sit in the middle seat, because I will not sit in the middle seat. However, she said to me, babe, can I not sit in the middle seat? I hate that, blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay. And I just prayed, but then I had all these fears of who might come and sit in the middle seat, right? And it was going good because we got on the plane and nobody came, and I thought, oh, this is going to be a beautiful thing. Nobody's going to sit there, right? And then it happened. I noticed her. She was about 12 rows away. It was a woman with an infant. And I said, oh no! And I tried not to make eye contact, because you don't make eye contact, and what you do is you will the person with the baby, wherever they're at, to sit there. Oh, sit there, sit there. You gotta sit there, don't sit. No, no. And as they come closer, you're like, no, no, no. Yes, it happened. The woman with the baby came and sat between me and my wife. Not only that, she tried to coerce the aisle seat from my wife by saying, oh, are you guys together, and don't you want to sit together because I get up a lot? And then my wife's like, no, no, no. And I'm at the window going, so anyway, I'm praying. I'm like, worst case scenario, because this has happened. Have you been on that flight where 3 or 4 rows back there's a child screaming and crying, and you're just, all you can think of is, damn, I'm glad that's not my row, but I wish it was a couple rows back more, because then I wouldn't even hear it. Well, it was me today. This kid kicked me and cried and grabbed at me for the entire 3.5-hour flight. At one point, she even grabbed my cooch, okay? And that's a little hard to play off, because I was trying to ignore the feet to the boobs and the grabbing my seatbelt and pulling on an already too tight seatbelt. But when she grabbed the cooch, I was like, and then, you know, there was that awkward look from the mother to me. So anyway, but here's the piece de la resistance. We land in Chicago, and that is when the baby goes crazy crying. And you know babies cry because their ears hurt from the depressurization. I think you're supposed to put something in there. But I want you to know I never got upset, because I flew once with my son when he was 10 months old, and I just really had a lot of empathy for her. But what happened was, the minute we landed, the baby started crying hysterically, and the way that she handled it is she put the baby over her shoulder so that it was facing me. It was like 4 inches from my face, screaming. And we were row 31 of 10 other rows also of, you know, first class. So you can imagine it took like 25 minutes to get off the plane, and I kept getting the look. You know the look I've given so many times, which is, dude, I don't know how you're handling that. I'd probably shake that baby, you know, because this kid is just screaming and screaming. And then it comes to where we can finally get out, and she says, you go ahead to everybody else. And I'm like, no, could you please? Could you just, I'd like to get out. Can I just get out? Can I get out? I got really kind of antsy. Kind of like being locked in the back seat of a car when people are getting stoned in front of the cops. Anyway, so I get out of there, and it was just funny to me, right? So my connecting flight, I get in, and the kid behind me is kicking my seat the whole time, but what's better is he's got like bronchitis, and he's coughing, and when he does, he leans forward and he puts his face between the seats, and he's burr, burr, burr. And I'm like, great, that's great. I'm gonna get the grouping fucking crud. Anyway, that's what happened to me today, and I'm fine now because I'm with Pear and Pooh's daughter and Pooh in a bar, publicly vlogging, and those people have already gotten bored and they're not watching me anymore.
They don't like us anymore.
So, if you're still watching,
I don't want to poke you.